Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 179 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I recently partnered with GamerSupps, which is the best energy drink on the market in my opinion. Now, I myself used to drink unhealthy gas station energy drinks, but switched whenever I heard about GamerSupps being the healthier choice and alternative. Since then, I've been drinking it regularly, so I reached out and got in contact with them, so that we could show you guys the drink and you can try it free if you'd like. If you use my link and code found in the description, which is RTD, you can get a free sample and a 10% discount on all their drinks. And if you do end up trying it, definitely let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Now it's time to jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have the Wards Act Like Shields mod. Now the mod page reads that casting wards will now block melee attacks, allowing mages to better defend themselves. The damage taken will be calculated the same way it's calculated when blocking with a weapon, and blocking with a ward will cost you stamina when blocking an attack, and will also improve your block skill. Now there's actually 3 different versions of this mod itself. We have the alternate version, as well as the alternate version number 1 and 2. Now the regular version that we're using right here is the recommended one because it just blocks melee attacks. There's other versions like alternate version number 1, which blocks melee and arrow shot at the player, but they don't recommend it because of the technical limitations with the creation kit, meaning it's impossible to make NPCs that you're fighting against wards block arrows, so only the players can block arrows, which kind of gives them an unfair advantage. And the other version has other drawbacks that are listed by the mod creator, so we're just going to stick with the regular Wards Act Like Shields mod, which just simply blocks melee attacks. I think this is very good because it actually gives an incentive for the people that, want to go down the alteration skill tree to actually use the ward. Whenever I'm going through all my battles, I pretty much never use the ward because it really doesn't help you out in any other circumstance other than fighting a mage. Now, although that does make a lot of sense, you do have to take into account that most people that you encounter in the world of Skyrim aren't mages, so you aren't going to be using these wards all the time. But now that completely changes and it allows you to boost your skills. Now me myself, whenever I actually play through Skyrim, the only way that I level up my restoration skill is just by healing myself, and that's pretty much it. There's no other spells that I use on a regular basis that's going to really boost my restoration skill. But now I feel that's completely changed because wards are actually extremely useful now. Meaning I could have a regular weapon in my right hand and then have my ward as my left, and that'll count as my shield whenever I'm going through battle. And then whenever I'm using the ward and using my magicka, I can then boost my magicka, and then I can also then boost my restoration skill, as well as my block skill for blocking things with the ward. So there's just so much to boost in terms of just changing this simple game mechanic, and it all comes in at 13.28 kilobytes, and it's very easy to use as well. So if you want the wards in Skyrim to actually have a use now, then I definitely recommend downloading the Wards Act Like Shields mod, because I feel as though it gives the wards a perfect buff that actually makes them useful in regular Skyrim gameplay. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have a simple yet amazing mod called Scenic Loading Screens 2.0. This mod changes all of the loading screens into the game to no longer be that black background with the smoke. You'll now have a very high quality picture displayed instead of a random black loading screen. This makes it so going from door to door isn't as boring, and it actually gives you something to look at instead of those same boring slides in the vanilla game. Now there's over 110 high quality images included with this mod, and they're completely randomized so that you may see the same ones twice, or even more. Some may just take forever to show up, so bask in the rarity when they do. Now honestly, there isn't that much else to say about the mod other than I really like loading screen mods. The other one that I've covered in the past was the TESG load screen replacer, which made all of the images that were on the loading screens resemble paintings, which I really loved that one, but this one makes it so they're actually screenshots from the game now that you can actually see, and I feel as though no matter what type of character you're playing through, the loading screens is something that you should definitely change. So if you still have yet to download a load screen replacer to make those loading screens a bit more interesting, then I definitely recommend downloading the Scenic Loading Screens 2.0 mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Julihah's Old Town Riften, which is a huge overhaul that took a very long time to finish, and it overhauls the appearance of Riften's interiors and exterior cells. This includes the Bee and Barb, Elgrim's Elixir, the Prawned Pawn, Helga's Bunkhouse, the Honor Hall Orphanage, Blackbriar Manor, the Thieves Guild headquarters, the Ragged Flagon, the Temple of Mara, Mistvel Keep, and the Jarl's Chambers. So let's take a quick tour and see everything that this mod has to offer in our brand new remastered Riften. Now, as you can see, there's many changes to the town of Riften here, and I love how so much has changed, yet not a lot of memory space is used. You know, this comes in at 617.09 kilobytes. It covers so much area and adds so much new content all in one mod, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 3 spot. So if you're looking to overhaul your Riften and actually play through the Thieves Guild in a new and unique way, then Julihah's Old Town Riften is definitely a perfect mod for you, so I'd recommend downloading it. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the Cloaks of Skyrim Retextured 1K mod. Now, the mod page reads that the Cloaks of Skyrim mod is one of my favorite ones of all time. I always thought the scope of it was amazing, but maybe lacked a little bit on the visual department. But after using other retexture attempts, I felt like there was something more that I could do. That's where the Cloaks of Skyrim Retextured mod comes in. Now, of course, this requires the original Cloaks of Skyrim mod, which adds over 100 new capes into the game. There's so many ways to obtain these capes and so many ways to display them on your character, but in the original Cloaks of Skyrim mod, I feel as though they focus more on the quantity than the quality. Although they look very good as well in the original mod, they definitely could have used some work. So Alsopa, the person that created this mod, made it so that they retextured all of the different cloaks that you can find throughout the Cloaks of Skyrim mod, and just retextures them to be a 1K and great looking texture. As you can see, I'm showing some of them off here, but there's so many that you can find throughout Skyrim that it's almost impossible to cover all the cloaks in one video. It's also very weird of me to think that Cloaks of Skyrim is not in the vanilla game, because I've been using the original Cloaks of Skyrim mod for so long at this point, almost back to originally whenever it came out. And I just feel as though it's a staple mod in my load order and it'll never change, and I just love being able to have a cloak on my character or a regular cape on my character. I really love the Cloaks of Skyrim mod, and now seeing the Cloaks of Skyrim Retextured 1K mod come to improve that original mod, it's just a perfect thing to see. And I think they did a great job of remastering all the cloaks, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 2 spot, so I strongly recommend downloading the Cloaks of Skyrim Retextured 1K mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have an amazing mod called Organic Skyrim. Now, this is the cities version mod, and the mod page reads that Organic Skyrim is a visual overhaul that aims to give Skyrim a more realistic yet lived-in look. This is the second mod in the series, and it covers major cities of Skyrim, along with the Radaways in Riften and Dwemer Ruins, as Markarth uses some of these textures as well. The goal of this mod is to give the cities in Skyrim a more organic, ancient, and lived-in feel, and it uses several different assets from tons of different creators and covers so much area in the game that I definitely can't showcase everything for you. However, we can do another one of our tours, and I can show you some of the biggest changes that has come with this mod, so let's begin. Now as you can see, this is a huge mod that covers so many different areas in the game, all in 2K and 4K textures, and like I said, it uses so many different assets from so many different mod creators, all jam-packed into one easy to download mod. And the mod itself comes in at 900.50 megabytes, so if you're looking for a more graphical load order and you're not focused on anything else in your game, then this is definitely a mod worth checking out, because these cities look absolutely amazing. So that's definitely why the Organic Skyrim Cities mod comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.